If you are a student this year, then I am pretty sure, I am 100% certain that you have heard the term high income skills. High income skills this, high income skills that, the best high income skills to learn in 2024. It is for good reason, okay? It's not just noise on the internet. The reason why it's important to stack up your skill sets while you still have the time and energy is because they can serve you so much later down the line. So in this video, I want to talk about high income skills that I've learned myself, and I believe that other students should start learning. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. The very first skill that I'd like to talk about is, of course, web design. Now, web design is a skill that I learned back in 2017 when I created my first photography and videography website. It was beautiful because at the time, I needed a website that I could then show to my potential clients or advertise on my Instagram and actually start getting more clients that way. And what's important to keep in mind is that it doesn't just boil down to website designing. You can do something as simple as creating YouTube banners. If you know how to approach a creator and tell them, I can design your YouTube banner in a very beautiful and captivating way. And the second skill set that you can definitely learn is video editing. I would recommend, instead of just pitching your services to 5 different creators, I would actually recommend that you try and become a full-time video editor for one creator. The reason I say that is because most of the time when someone's trying to expand their personal brand, they'll do it in the form of affiliate links and they'll just try and get you to post as many random clips as possible. But when the creator is actually in charge of the short form content that they want to distribute out onto different platforms, they work closely with you. Why is this important? Because you're working in an environment where there's culture, there's leadership, and there's structure. And with that being said, you can at least then learn other skill sets while you're still editing videos for the specific creator. So I would highly recommend you join a solid team that has full control over the type of content that they want to share with their audience or put out onto their platform, as opposed to just giving you the full responsibility of just saying, cut up these short clips and post it out onto any platform. And the third skill that you can definitely learn as a student is definitely sales and marketing. Why? Because sales is the backbone of every business. And when I refer to marketing, I'm not talking about the 4 P's of marketing, the product, place, price, promotion that we learn in class, especially if you're a business student. What I'm talking about is how brands are able to market themselves online. Have you guys ever heard of Sarah Blakely? If you're not living underneath a rock, she's the billionaire behind Spanx. She started out her journey selling fax machines door to door. She then went on to learn how to market and sell a product that at the time no one had heard of. And today she's built a massive brand around Spanx. So if you're not going to take it from me, take it from her at least. She learned sales and leverage those skills to build a big, massive personal brand. Whether you want to sell your own product or someone else's product, use this time now to stack up that skill set. And I would actually recommend to you to at least spend 3 to 6 months learning the skill properly and actually learn by doing it, because it's one thing taking an online course, buying a mentorship program from someone, but it's a totally different thing when you are actually in the environment where you have to perform the task yourself. I remember going through my sales course, right? I bought a sales course and I remember going through it thinking, oh, okay, some of the stuff is fairly simple, until I had to pick up the phone and dial someone. I literally froze. I was stuttering. I was mumbling my words. I didn't realize that you can practice as much as you want learning a course, but until you're actually in the field and learning for yourself, there's no ways you can develop that skill set. So I highly recommend that you actually try and do it for yourself. And a great piece of advice that my sales mentor first gave me when I first started working with him, he said to me, Sabelo, for a second, put yourself out of the shoes of selling someone else's product or service. And just think about your own day-to-day life. In some way, shape, or form, you are constantly selling. You are, say for example, you are in the dating market, right? You are basically selling someone on why they should give you an opportunity to be a part of their life, or why you should give them an opportunity to be a part of your life. It works vice versa. If you are in the job market and you're looking for a raise, you have to sell your boss on why he has to give you that opportunity to be in a better position in the company. And the fourth skill that you can learn as a student is hands down content creation. I don't have to speak too much about this. This is something that I'm currently doing now. I've chosen to stick with YouTube Instagram, and LinkedIn as my main social media platforms. And also, I want you guys to think about it this way. If all of our attention is on every single social media platform, and you have the skill to create meaningful pieces of content that actually provide value to an audience, whether you want to partner up with a creator or do it yourself, why on earth would you not want to take this skill further and then start monetizing it later down the line? Especially if it's something that you really enjoy doing. If you enjoy creating content, it makes a lot of sense to actually boil down, learn how to improve on the skill set and monetize it. Gary Vee. Gary Vee is a great example. I don't care what you think about the guy. He is a great example of content creation gone right. Think about his story. He started off working in his family's business, his family's wine business, went on to start a YouTube channel, and I think it was named Wine Library TV. And then he grew it from like 3 to 60 million. There's a book about this. Read his book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook. I read it a couple of years ago, and it's very insightful. Speaks about pretty much everything content creation and entrepreneurship. So I highly suggest that you guys read that book. But he's just one example of content creation gone right. I'm not telling you to go and be the next Gary Vee. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to highlight is that he was able to leverage the skill of content creation to build his massive digital agency and build a big empire for himself. The next high income skill that I'm going to talk about is networking. I don't know if you're expecting that one, but networking, especially in university, is one of the best things that you can do. Think about it. There's engineers, doctors, lawyers, people who are studying business, who perhaps will go on to be consultants and might go into different ventures that you could then at least try and reach out to them later down the line. And my mentor helped me shift my focus when I was thinking about applying for my first sales role. He said to me, Sabelo, think about it this way. You have a 70% increased chance in actually landing a role if an actual sales rep in the company gives a good word of mouth to the CEO about you. If this sales rep says to the CEO, you know what, I know the Sabelo guy. He's a solid guy. He can be a killer sales rep. I think we should hire him. He's going to look at you first compared to the other applicants who may be going for the same role. That's one way in which I've leveraged networking to try and help me land my sales roles that I have now. Let's take Richard Branson, for example. Richard Branson is a genius when it comes to networking. He has built Virgin into arguably one of the world's most recognizable brands. And he himself has said that succeeding in business comes down to all of your connections. So if you're not going to take it from me, take it from him at least. And I started networking when I was learning photography. I didn't realize how powerful word of mouth is. Because I was able to satisfy one client. I remember specifically he was doing a fashion shoot and I had to capture, I believe it was a new outfit that he was trying out for his social media page. And he had friends and family reach out to him and said, who took your photographs? And just by word of mouth, I was able to add more clients to my own services. So if you are a university student, the best way that you can start networking is definitely online. If you feel like you can't find a community at your local university, you can definitely find your community online. Whether you're doing software as a service, e-commerce, or online fitness business, you can definitely, with the right amount of effort and time, find the right community online, join different Discord groups, learn from individuals who have achieved the very goals that you want to achieve, ask them questions, ask for opportunities, and watch your life transform drastically. And my final message to you is that don't wait for graduation to start building your future. Instead, use the time that you have now, stack up your skill sets, and become an absolute savage in the marketplace so that you can then charge higher for your services and start creating the future that you want. Who knows what they can look like for yourself? I don't know what it looks like for me, but I definitely know that by the time I graduate next year, I would have built up skill sets that I can then provide to the marketplace that'll make me more valuable than people who haven't learned skill sets. So put yourself in a better position, learn those skills, and grow as an individual. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Take care, guys.